Welcome to Workers and Resources Soviet Republic. In the last part we built our coal ore processing plant and it's starting to produce a little bit of coal once it actually gets a delivery of raw ore, and it's not particularly that efficient. But what I want to do in this part is start to build in this conveyor belt system so that we can move the produced coal up into the aggregate storage yard. At the moment though, we don't really have the money. I need to build that money up a little bit. Now over this way we've got a couple of problems. The first one is that we are rapidly running out of crops to keep our food production and biofuel going. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm just going to reduce the number of workers in here, because at the moment my strategic reserve is there and I don't want to sell any fuel, because you can see he comes in and takes it and then these guys consume a little bit of crops. The other thing also is if I come in here, we need to put this onto purchasing crops, because over here my alcohol production has run out of crops to turn into alcohol, and that is starting to have an impact on my economy. You can see here my economy is dropping. I'm not sure what's actually I don't know what we're importing. I mean, we're literally running on the minimum at the moment. Although it looks like I've just had a big purchase of chemicals and meat, which has probably pushed up the income. We've got a little bit of oil coming in. Export wise, yeah, my exports are, so the only thing that's really driving the exports at the moment is power. And of course the traffic jam down here doesn't help matters very much. Now another problem I do have is over here, because I was just checking my fire station which I built here. I can click on it. You come in here, if you come up here, this fire station still doesn't reach this area here. So what I'm thinking is that I'm going to have to try and asphalt up through here to see if we can improve the connection. And I think we'll just assign that to my road crew here. I mean, a lot of these don't have jobs because I've literally shut down the vast majority of the jobs just to try to save a bit of cash. Now the other thing I want to plan is that in the last part we put in these open store here. In fact, I think I'm going to build that. I think I can afford to build that, so we're just going to get these guys busy. And what I want to do is put in a very small distribution office that will exclusively supply the steel to that higher one up there. And so what we're going to do is come in here. Where is it? Distribution office. And what I'm going to do is put in a very small one here. So we'll just see if we should be able to get it in here. There it is. So we're just going to allocate you there. We're going to allocate you to get that built. And the idea is that the open hull truck in here, which is currently importing the steel, will move to here, and then we'll get a second one, because obviously the distance out here is going to be a lot greater. Right, we've now reached 115. I think we're going to start here, so we're going to allocate these like that. And what I'm going to do is build it this way so that the coal being produced here doesn't get put into this large aggregate store until I'm ready. So we're going to build back this way. That's the idea anyway. Now the next thing, I just want to check here if you've got any jobs. You've got a couple of unfinished roads to do. That is looking good. Now the next thing I want to look at is something I talked about in the previous video, and that is a large construction office. And what I want to do is put this out, saying I could put it this side. I might need that space. Can we get it in there? Oh, if we turn it that way. I think I can get it there. And this is going to be the construction office that's going to build both the buildings in this area, but more importantly, it's also going to drive the expansion towards the islands. That's why I'm putting a really big one in that can take 32 vehicles, because we're going to need a lot of dumper trucks and other vehicles to be able to shift the goods west, especially when we start to thinking about building bridges and other items like that. So we're just going to hook that up there. So that's, just allocate that in there. Because we can't build it at the moment. Actually, can we build this? I think we're on a no construction office because we haven't finished this bit here yet. We need to get that done. And the other thing I've also done is over here, I've brought the other kindergarten is there. I think we're going to allocate you as well. Because I do have a developing problem here with access to culture. If you see here, 2 citizens don't have access to culture. And there's a lot of people without jobs, so I need to start getting them busy. Because if they don't have jobs, they start to get unhappy. And you can see my population is now over 5,000. And this is something you've got to remember, that as your population grows, you need more food, more clothes, more electronics. So that's something else you need to consider. And that's partly why I would like to really get this fuel depot going. Because this fuel depot is going to be needed to take over from the biofuel. And the biofuel will be quite literally a minimum resource capability. Right, so we're now harvesting. Let me just check this. I mean, I could really do with another covered whole truck over here, but I don't think we're going to do it. So we will load from here if it's over 50%. And what I want you to do is unload into crops overflow. Yep. And I think we're going to increase that grain storage to 30%. Actually, maybe 50% for the moment. And the same with the agro farm. Because what I'd rather have is these trucks concentrating on getting the crops in from the fields. If I've got another, yeah, I've got another one here. I don't know what he's doing, so I think we'll just allocate him in there. And getting the crops like this, traffic jam building up, and that's going to affect my cash. So we're going to have to keep an eye on that. We can't push too hard. Wow, that was built pretty quick. I'm just going to let that money build back up again. Now, another problem area that I've got is I've been looking at this rail network, and I'm not happy about it at all. I've also been spending a little bit of time leveling the ground out here. In fact, let's just do a little bit more. I find it quite useful just to do it in regular intervals. You see how high that bankment's done, but what I'd like to do is get the leveling out all round here. So what we're going to do is just try and get in a little bit more leveling here. Because this is going to be quite an important area, because what I'm going to have here is both my rail construction yard, and I'm also thinking maybe a proper oil refinery ready for when the oil comes in from the islands, and also maybe a chemical plant and a plastics factory. So that's the reason why I'm making this area so big. So my city over there is going to be quite a big hub that will drive the main economy. Eventually, I hope. That's assuming that it doesn't collapse. Let's do a little bit more. As I say, I find it's quite advantageous. So we'll just keep pushing this in here like that. Maybe a little bit more. I mean, this is very much a long-term project. Right, I think that's enough for the moment. Take off the wireframe. We're back. Look, we got right up to 100,000, then it's dropped again, but it's probably because we're good old steel again. I almost guarantee it's going to be steel imports. Yep, 12,000 steel. And how's my exports going? I'm not exporting any clothes at the moment. I'm not exactly sure what's causing that. And the other thing I want to do is just check the population here. We've got a little bit of an overflow here, and what I've done is I've put in another block of flats here. This is a 220, and what I'm thinking is to bring the population out here to drive the factories over there. And we've got a couple of other blocks here, which should do it. I'm a bit reluctant to come too far this way, just in case of the pollution issue. What was this one? This is a 160. I think what we could do is drop in another 160 here, just to give this a bit of symmetry. So where's the residential? Can never find residential in here. Sports keynote. Housing, road vehicles, construction office. There is residential. I think the 160 was here, this one. So if we put another one in just like that. I want to leave a gap because I've got an idea for what I want to build behind these. If we just drop those in there. Of course, we'll just assign these to here and there. And sign you in as well. Get those built. Down to 77,000. Why is that money dropping? Is it steel again? Because I'm just importing too much steel. Okay, this is coming along quite nice. That's right, this is finished. Of course, we're going to put that on just to limit the amounts. How about over here? Okay, this is finished as well. So I think we'll just assign you to just double up those as well. Just get this built. It's going to be quite important. How's the right? So we're waiting for the asphalt here. Oh, we got a little bit of mud road there, which probably isn't going to help matters very much, and a bit of mud road there as well. Maybe I should need to connect these up as well. It's going to be a job for winter though. How's the crops coming in? It's starting to come in. We've got 113 in there, 113 in there, and I think what we can do now is turn off the import here of crops. What am I doing? Crops and fabric. Oh, I wasn't importing anyway. I made a mistake. I clicked on the wrong one. So make sure. Yeah. That might account for why my alcohol was suffering. I can't remember who I set to export clothes. Small distribution office. Crops and fabric. Load. Road cargo station. Go in here. Yeah, I do wonder whether I don't have enough vehicles in here to be able to manage the exports from here. So what I really need to do is get this open hull out up to here and bringing in the steel, and then putting another covered hull in here. So anyway, I just need the money. Money. Right, so this is built. How are we doing here? Right, so what we need to do is finish off. Oops. I'm just going to finish off that road there. Keep the road crew busy. In fact, I think what we can do is allocate that one as well. Building in these roads. How are we doing? Don't need that. Yeah, so that means that this road up here has been finished. And I think what we can do is allocate this one in. Okay. Why can't you? Why won't you connect? Does one work? Nope. That's interesting. Let's just remove this and redo it. See if we can put this back in as a proper road. That's better. I don't think it was properly connected here. So we got that there. How much? Back to 90,000. I want to get these conveyors completed in this part, so we're gonna push on with that. Now, the other thing I'm not completely happy with is over here. This is a mess, and I'm very inclined to take this out and redesign it because it's just, well, it is a mess. This is the honest truth. What we're going to do is take this road out. I can see what I'm doing. And what's also happened is I've got lots of short sections of track through here. So I do this section is pretty good. The other idea I've had is that I want to put a passenger station in here so that we can move workers down the line to build the bridge and that. So maybe I can put that in first. And let's just get rid of that little bit of road there for the moment. And rail track, train platform. Now, I don't want it to be too close to that connection there because we may have some fairly long trains. So what we need to do is have some pretty good blocks along here. That's not actually connected to a road either. So what I'm thinking is if we put this, say about here, reasonably close to the line like that, what we can do is, if I put that the right way around, I hope so. And what we can do is just bring, maybe keep it as short as possible in this direction, and that can come into that, oops, and that can come in that side, and then there may be a reason we want to go that way. And probably the best way to explain it is if you imagine that I'm probably going to put the rail construction yard up here, and what will happen is that they will be able to build this bit, but what the construction vehicles won't do is turn around and come and do this bit. But if you've got a station like this, they will come down through the station and then build that little bit. So what we're going to do that, and I think what we can do now is just put in the road here. And if we come across like that, and maybe I think I can afford to split that there, and actually if we come across really wide like that, if I push a road up through like that, that would give me an area to build in there. And what we can do then is just extend this around like that to connect up that, because we're going to need a construction right there. So we've now got our rail link there. So we're down to 65,000. Wow. Okay. Oh, this is going to be fun. And I can guarantee you it's steel again. Steel and meat. Yeah, 42,000 in steel. Steel is going to be a real killer. Let's check what jobs that you guys got going. You got nothing. Okay. Just check the fire station, see if that's made any difference. Nope. I think it's just that little bit, maybe that little bit of road will be. Okay. Right, that looks like that one's been harvested, so what I can do is if I just delete that, and that, and put in a little bit of asphalt road like that, and we're just going to allocate you to I mean, if this doesn't work, we may have to consider putting another small fire station in. The trouble is getting workers out to it. So we're just going to build that. Crop wise, we're doing reasonably okay. I mean, we've got 299. I think what we're going to do is just increase the load from the agro farm to about 90%, I think, and the grain store. I want these guys really working on bringing the crops in from the fields. Right, this is now built. And what we're going to do is we're going to pull you out here. Now, one thing that will happen, I just want to demonstrate this because this is something that can catch you out. If you see, if I go down to the customs house, you'll see that at the moment we are importing steel. Now, if I click this truck and send him to here, and he's going to join the back of the queue. Thank you. What you will see if I come into here now and go down to the customs shed, you will see steel has now disappeared. We're going to need some kind of shortcut to get. So, can you get up to here, please? I'm waiting. That's the food situation. Actually, what I do want to check is, 30 odd tons. Who's delivering to there? I think, is it? Who's delivering the coal? Let me just check this. Yeah, you're importing the coal. Where's the heating plant? It says 90%. Okay. Game, do you think you could? Actually, what we can do is be a bit cheeky. I'd allocate these. And how much steel have I got in here? Got 32 tons. Right, we've now got this truck here. And what we can do now is pick you up there. And what we're going to do is we're going to allocate you to there. And you're going to load steel here and unload steel here. 30%. And what we're going to have to do is just take that up to 100. 30% is about 20 tons. Now that's a bit of a long haul for one truck, especially when he's got to sit in a traffic jam. So it might delay things a little bit, but what will happen is that all the steel in this open store, well, it's been gone already, it will be emptied. And this means that I'll be able to transfer the steel supply here. Now, I know it's going to take a little while to get the steel out here, but this is where I need it in the long term. So that's the way it's got to be. Yeah, this needs 10 tons of steel. So how's this? Okay. So we'll just try and build that out. And what I wouldn't mind is another open hole. But okay. You're not doing much. And why have you got a dump truck in here? Okay, why are you not? Let's have a look at this. Large aggregate storage, coal. Well, it must be happy that everything is full up. That's all I can think of. So our money is... God. Of course, what we're going to have to do, something I haven't done, is we're going to have to move you. Yep, a bit of a fail on my part here. Steel. You're going to have to pick up steel from there. And probably more awkwardly, this this construction yard's going to have to pick up steel from over there. But But I must admit, I'm half inclined to turn this into a road construction office for the moment. So what we'll have to do is double the sign for the moment and just leave these the way they are for the moment. In fact, yeah, well, what we will do is put you on to right up to here. It's not brilliant, but as I say, what I will do eventually is just turn this office into a road construction crew, because we've got lots and lots of roads to asphalt around here anyway. So right, I'm going to build this little bit in here. Oh, let's get this built in for you. We'll just see if we can get out here. Ooh. Yeah, we need 2.3 tons of steel. So 12 tons out here. And of course, once we get the big construction yard operating up here, things will be a little bit better. So we can assign you to the Drayton Road crew. And we certainly want you assigned as well. And we got a bus yard here that needs building. We've got a little bit of road here that needs building. So I'll assign you. Have you got a road attached? Oh yes, you've got a road attached here. So we'll just overload this construction office here. I'm getting a little bit desperate here. Let me just check what the import is. Steel, 31,000. Right, we're just going to have to let the jobs run out and start building this back up again. So you need 1.4 tons of steel. You've got 21 tons. I'm just going to drop that down a bit. I can't afford to let that import too much. So, right, well, we got the theatre operating here. That should make everybody a bit happier. And just get back over here. Yeah, this congestion's getting very bad. So, am I actually exporting any clothes? Oops. Yeah, we exported a little bit of clothes and some bitumen. So we're actually exporting a lot. It's just that we're buying a lot of steel as well, which isn't helping matters very much. Oh, the other thing I also bought was this sports ground here, because we had people complaining that they couldn't actually get access there. Got no staff here. Come on. Yeah, we've got some staff there now. So I sneaked in that sports ground there. Right, is this being built? Yep. Okay. Will you now connect up that? No. Right, we're gonna have to resort to something a little bit desperate here now, I think. We're gonna have to, if I can find a fire station, a really small, very small fire station. And we drop that in there. We put that in just about there. Just to keep you busy doing that. I think we put a very small fire station out here. What we'll have to do is send a minibus out with staff in it. And it's a little bit of a long way out, so it's not going to be guaranteed to be fully staffed all the time, which is going to be a little bit of a problem. I mean, I could keep building this road up as well. I think we're well at it. We'll just gravel that road as well. So just come here and we'll just allocate you. And you've now finished. So I mean, ever the optimist. I'm gonna actually. These are. I can't do that because I've allocated that, haven't I? Okay. Okay, we'll just allocate that as well. We'll just build a couple of gravel roads. We're back. We're still hovering around 50,000, which is a little bit of a cause for concern. Down to 49,000. Import. Yeah, another 12,000 steel. Right, we've now done that link there. What we need is another 25 tons of steel here. We've got 33 tons of steel. Right, what I'm going to do is going to be a bit desperate here. And we're going to allocate this job here. That's the one we want. We're just going to build this. But because I've reduced this down to nothing, what that will mean is that we won't import any more steel. And what we'll do is build this, get this conveyor belt finished, and then we'll have to spend a bit of time making some money. Wow, we've denuded all the forests. Let's put some more trees in. Obviously, we're going to run out of forest. There's got lots and lots and lots of stuff. Because if this heating plant runs out of logs, what it will result in is my entire city over here collapsing. And I certainly don't want that. Right, I think we're okay. How are we doing here? Just another check on the crops. We're coming up to October. How's the... We got... Just coming up to 598 tons there, 700 tons there. So we got nearly all the crops in. We've got 600 tons there, and yeah, I mean, overall we're doing pretty well actually. We've got most of the crops in. We just got a few little. These are still growing, which is a little bit. Oh, I don't know. They could be waiting to be harvested. A new type of vehicle available. I just like a new type of anything at the moment. Right. Just going to allocate you to there. I mean, I've got lots of minibuses running around in this area here. And I don't know how effective they're being, but right, so we've got our little truck parked up there, and hopefully maybe parking a truck up here will be kind of useful. I mean, I could export a little bit of fuel if I had a fuel truck. And this is one of the problems I've got, is that I don't have the money to... You're a cement truck. I mean, I could pinch. How's the fuel situation? I think what we're going to do is we're going to be a bit cheeky. You're not doing anything at the moment. You go there. I mean, the crops are flowing in now. So. And what you're going to have to do is pick up there and go there. You're going to load fuel. No, unload fuel. And unload, load. What we're going to have to do is we're just going to have to sell some of this fuel and hope that we can get through. Who are you? Okay, you're just actually distributing fuel. I mean, it's going to add to the traffic jam here, but I just need to get that money up for a little while. I can get up to about 120, 130,000. I'll be happy. So we've now got this conveyor working. And that means that if I go to this distribution office, is this the one that's doing the coal? Right, so you're picking up that, and so we don't need this coal being moved now. So these can go. It means all I want to do now is just bring in the coal ore there. Oops. I've deleted the factory by accident. Okay. And you're going to unload coal ore there. And we'll just take it up to about 30%. What's that? Coal ore 25 tons actually. I think what we can do is push that a little bit harder and take you up to about 50%, because we've now got the ability to pull the ore over into here. So we just need the workers in here to keep it running. And of course the next thing we're going to need to do is start expanding out that way. You got 15 tons of steel. I mean, got 8.5 tons of steel. You need 19 tons of steel. So, okay. Right, so we got there. How busy is this guy? He's got no jobs at all. Right. Going to allocate that job to you. Get you building that out. We've got a small bus station here that requires a tiny amount of. I don't want to build these roads in just yet. We need that money up. How far out can I push this? Let's have a really big project. Okay, we've got that there. And what we're going to do is just keep pushing out here, because this has got to be asphalt in order to get the speed out here. Because I'd like to get out here, and just keep building this road out. In fact, I'd like to asphalt this out as far as possible. It'd be really great to be able to asphalt it out as far as here. So we got that there. Right, we're back to 98,000. And what do I want to build now? I think we're going to allocate you to there. And I think we can start risking importing a little bit more steel now. If we get this built, what we can do then is start shipping up some. If we get this built, what we can do is then start shipping up gravel to here. I'd like to see this actually get a delivery as well. Because we definitely need to get up this hill here. I mean, what do I need for the 74 tons of steel? Maybe it's time to start working on this coal mine here. Yeah, I think we will. But what I'm going to have to do is keep an eye on it, so that when it gets to the steel option, we'll have to kind of maybe rein it back a little bit. But what we're going to need to do is get this lot in as well. Wow, so many things to do, so many things to do. But I'm happy over here. I just need to sort this mess out here. I just don't like it. Let me just get rid of some. Oops, don't want conveyors. I don't like this. There's just so much risk of everything getting very confused in here. So I'm just going to get rid of. Oops. Let's get rid of you and get rid of some of these sections here. And just tidy this back to. Bring all this back. Sometimes you be very careful here. Let's get rid of that. Actually, let's do it this way. Actually, just take all this out completely. Because one of the problems you do get is that if you keep trying out connections, what actually happens is that you get lots and lots of broken sections, which makes it quite difficult to build this when you start to build manually. So we're back to over 100,000, and I think what I'm going to do just for the moment is I'm just going to put the main track back in. You don't have a free excavator, thank you, game. Okay, so we can't plan that. I don't have a free excavator. So wow. So we need workers up here. Getting up to here is going to be a bit of a challenge. Right, we're up to 107,000. I think I can just open that up a little bit more for some more steel. Maybe we can... we need this road built. So we'll just assign you to the... Yeah, we can't build that. We need that. Any other roads that... There's a footpath there that needs to be built. And we'll just put that in. That's a gravel road. That's a mud road. Okay. Let's get this. Oh, we got workers there. Got road. Wow, you're doing okay over here. What do we need here? 5.6 tons of steel. I think this is going to have to be a priority as well to get this big construction site in and running. How are we doing over here? Population's starting to grow here, so we're going to have to start thinking about more accommodation and pretty soon. Can we... 15 tons of steel. How's the... it's getting very low. I don't think we're... I mean, you're carrying gravel. Yeah, the queue gets longer. Right, what I may have to do is just knock back on those exports for the moment, so that my power station isn't burning as much coal, because we are moving towards winter. We are definitely in trouble now, because we've only got 3.9 tons of coal in our heating plant, and we're running into winter. This could lead to a little bit of a collapse if we're not careful. Yeah, our coal supply is being massively disrupted. You're down to 205 tons. Who's supplying you with coal? Not related vehicles. Where are you? I need more dumpers supplying coal. Hey, are you the coal men? Yep. I've got more space here. Nope, I've got... all my dumpers are out working. Okay. I need a dumper. I need an emergency dumper. I'm gonna have to buy one. Trouble is, buy a vehicle dumper. I need a big one as well. 12 tons. I have to spend the money on that. Yeah. Okay. What we need is a new stop there. And heating plant. Your job is to buy coal, load coal, unload coal, and wait until unloaded. We're just going to have to use a manual coal truck to get this absolutely full up. As you can see, we're now out of coal, and what you will see is that, yeah, temperature building too low. This could be potentially very devastating. Our population is going to start getting unhappy. They don't like being cold. And winter's coming. We're in a crisis. Okay, population. Everyone's getting happy. And you can see the death rate is rising because of the effect of the fact that we have no heat here. So we got a little bit of heat there. So does that mean we're starting to get some deliveries in? We may get away with this. This is what can happen if you take your eye off the ball. You think you've got everything under control. You think everything's going great. Then suddenly something like this happens. If you don't pick it up very quickly, and if you let it running into winter, before you know it, your population is collapsing. And of course, as your population collapses, you get less workers to do key jobs like keeping the power going. And then, of course, what that means is that eventually the rest of your infrastructure starts to collapse. You stop doing exports, and more things start to go wrong. So that's something you do need to be aware of. I'm not sure. Yeah, see, we've only got 3.3 tons coal, so we're not really out of this at the moment. So we're going to have to keep this working very hard. And what's the coal here? And we're down to 214 tons in here. I mean, see, if we had the coal production really going well here, I could actually take the coal from here. Actually, where is that truck that I assigned? Small heating plant, where are you? I want the one with the medium distribution office. I want the one that I assigned. I'm just going to change your route. You're going to load coal here, and you're not going to go to the customer's house. Just going to remove that. You're just going to steal coal from here. What we may have to do is go back to importing power. I think if you can steal the coal from there, and we'll just have to keep an eye on this coal now. And in fact, what I could do is, okay, you're low on coal. How's this heating plant go? This heating plant is doing really well. Okay, and our money is crashing. So what we're going to have to do is just let the existing jobs run out, and we're going to have to go let everybody rest for the winter, which is a bit unfortunate, but I can't see any other way out of this. Up to the heating plant here. So we'll get up to 19 tons, so we might have got away with this. 8 workers without jobs yet, sorry about that, but that's the way it is. And the other thing we need to do is we should now have all the crops in, so what we need to do is unload when this gets to under 50%. And what we're going to have to do is you're going to have to load from here and there and there and there to keep this busy and going. And right, the fuel is down. And where's the fuel truck that I picked up? Where are you? That's the one for the distribution office. This one, where are you? Okay, we're just going to put you over there. And we're going to have to try and take you out of the queue here. The queue's just getting way too big. Where are you? You're just there. So we're just going to let this... We're going to have to be more and more self-sufficient, I think. The trouble is we need to export to make money. What are you doing? Who are you? Pause. Oh, you're importing oil. That's okay. Okay, this truck should go in. And what we're going to do is send you back to here and get rid of that job. What that will do is the workers in here will fill the fuel tank back up again. That'd be one less truck operating there. Okay, we got away with it there, but the problem now is how's the coal supplies here? We're down to 211 and we're not exporting, so we're only supplying our local domestic needs at the moment. Oh, and we're back to 84, and we've got our there. You're going to store gravel. We've got beginnings of this, and I'm going to shut this down. Sorry about that, but we can't afford to keep bringing in steel at the moment. I need to build my money up. At least we got this reasonably well built. And what I really need over here is a bus station. Actually, I think what we can do is assign you to here. And what we're going to do is put a bus station in here. So we're just going to come in here. I think we'll put a fairly big one. Wow, it's a big bus platform. I think we can get away with a small one here. And we're just going to put you in, say, about here. And like that. And we'll get all our road crews on this because they're all doing nothing at the moment. And this will be the bus station that will supply the coal mine up here once it's finished. So we'll just keep an eye on things. Down to 200 tons. And we've got a few workers in here. We just need the raw ore. Okay, where are you coming from? Right, you're moving the steel back to here because we've used all the available steel. Okay, 80,000 heating. Yep, heating's working. Wow. That was very nerve-wracking. And what we got is a small fire estate truck here. Will you now cover this area here? Yep. So what we're going to have to do is buy a single fire truck for here. Okay. Just put you there. Yeah, we need firefighters now. So what we're going to have to do is get a... And here goes my money again. We're going to get a microbus. Wow. Oops, buses. 7 passengers. Okay. And your job is going to be pick up from... See who's got the longest queues. We've got a fair amount of queues there. Yeah, because you're actually picking up from a construction office, aren't you? And the construction office is not big, so you can pick up there, and hopefully you will take out people there. And your job is simply to pick up all reworkers and unload them. And hopefully we will get enough staff in here to cover this area. And I think there's this little bit of dirt road in here which is annoying me. So we're just going to take out that section there. And we're going to put that like that. And what we're going to do is allocate you to... Well, it's going to take a long time for them to get out, but I just want this bit built. and then by the spring this should be built. We should be able to connect this road back in again. In fact, we'll just trim this back here. Oops. Ooh. How are we? Okay, we're hovering around 49,000 at the moment. Right, this is building up a little bit. Check here. You're full. Thank you. And I just want to keep this full for the moment. Just check the rated vehicle. Yep. You just keep that going. I think what we could probably do is just do a little bit of exports now, just a tiny amount, so that we can make a little bit of money, but at the same time not risk too much. Okay. Okay. What are you guys doing? You've got a couple of unfinished roads to do. I'm probably out this way. You're built. You're built. We could push out. Problem in winter is you can't tell what is actually gravel road and what isn't. Okay. That's it. We can stop that bit of road there then. Can I kind of shave some distance off of here? Let me just. This is logical, but especially as I built this gravel road anyway. Just take that back to about there, and I'll come here. No free excavator. Okay, I've messed this up completely, haven't I? Okay. All my excavators are busy at the moment. Where are you? Oh, you're down here, building this road. That's annoying. Wow, we're right down to 31,000. Okay, we're just gonna have to abandon this. Where's my money going? Let's steal again. Wait, stop. Okay, we got a financial crisis. Right, we're definitely going to have to shut down all our jobs at the moment. So we might as well cancel this road. I'll just have to fix it later on. Luckily, there's nothing out here that needs working on. So we'll just have to wait to the spring and see how things go. Anyway, I think this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. What I will do is run through the winter, because we're going to have almost a total shutdown of anything that's non-essential now to get my economy back up. Because you can see it's really draining out my economy big time here. Probably because of the queues over here. Yeah, we've got almost constant queues here. What we're going to have to do is just try and build back up our economy one way or another. So until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.